Hey everybody, this is Jeff with Altcoin Buzz. So in this video I want to talk about the market conditions as we see them now and being able to make adjustments on the fly and kind of just reiterating some things that I've been studying the book. If you guys were looking for a book, it's called Trading in the Zone, and the book is about basically trading, and some of the key points that this author talks about I want to share with you that stood out to me as I was traveling from Hong Kong to Singapore. On the airplane, I had 4 hours to listen to it, and I thought there was a lot of very valuable points that were mentioned in that video or in that audio book on Audible is where you can get it. It's called Trading in the Zone, and he talks about some really important things that I'm going to share with you here, and we're going to go over some other stuff that we've been talking about. So, principles of cryptocurrency, right? Right attitude about winning and losing. Carefree state of mind. The market did this to him. So he talks about how people want to blame the market for their decisions. And he talks about, this book was written before cryptocurrency, the new asset class of cryptocurrency existed, but it applies to Forex markets, stock markets, and people's general attitude towards trading that he's discovered can be not so efficient. And the idea that people want to blame the market and not themselves for their trade. And so he talks about the importance of accountability and responsibility for your decisions that you make. And the reason for that is because the market, whether you make that trade or not, is not going to, blaming the market is not going to empower you any more than your current situation. So you can't blame the market, right? You can learn from your decision and make better decisions. And to me, I thought that was really important because I think, just like he said, it is human nature to want to blame someone for something. But in this case, you can't blame the market because that is not going to empower you anymore, right? So so his point is the market is out of your control. What the market does is out of everyone's control. The market's behavior is a collective of the community of investors, and that's what basically makes up the market. So just understanding the market's out of your control. But all traders experience loss and pain. Now, back in October, November, December, a lot of us experienced a great deal of euphoria where we were making a lot of, where the market was very bullish and there was a lot of money being made, and people who cashed out, they definitely cashed out big time, right? So, but now, January, February, March, people have experienced pain. So you have to, just like in life, you experience good times and you experience difficult times. The market is also going to be that. So if you're experiencing dark times right now or hard times, just realize that there could be potentially around the corner an opportunity where blue skies come out and you're all of a sudden up on your positions. So just you have to mentally prepare yourself. Be like, don't just expect a great deal of hardship always, and don't always expect a great deal of awesome market conditions. So you have to realize that if you prepare yourself mentally for the good and the positive and the negative, realizing that there is that duality, the yin and yang of sorts, then you're not going to be as emotionally bent because you've already known that this kind of stuff happens, right? So accept all potential risk or rewards. Be responsible. That's what he's saying. He's saying understand that there's going to be risk and there's going to be rewards. Risk versus reward. You have to understand that in the market in order to be prepared. So it's about getting the mental stability is what it's all about. Now, he also says the market wants your money. At the end of the day, the market wants your money, right? They want you to invest your money and participate. The market owes you nothing. It's the implications of playing a zero-sum game, right? So that's why it's really important. Create a plan, a strategy. Don't go, a lot of us, we'll create a plan, we'll create a strategy, but then we'll be like, oh, well, this is kind of going a different direction. So you'll step outside of your plan or your strategy, knowing that your plan or your strategy was this trade at, I don't know, 3 times gains, but because you think the market or that position is going to go up to 10 times gains, you might hold your position, but then because you got greedy, so to speak, it goes to 5 times gains, and then it dumps real hard, and then now you don't have anything in your underwater, right? So it's basically understanding how to strategize and plan accordingly, and not being greedy or being overly cautious, right? He talks about that. He says, um, hesitation, ignoring the signals. So hesitation and ignoring the signals when they're there can also be a problem. So when you got the signal to buy or to sell, that hesitation can cost you. And but if you have your plan in place that executes upon that, right? So another thing that happens, he said that sometimes the best prepared you are for the market is when you first get into the market. So the first time you get into the market, you're naive, you don't know about TA, you don't know about fundamental analysis, but you're also, because of that, because you're not overthinking it, you're making some of the best decisions that you would make. I guess you would say maybe beginner's luck, but once you start complicating it with things like TA, and he's not a big fan of TA. He's more a fan of fundamental analysis. He said that people that they think they become know-it-alls, they start practicing, they're reading charts and being TA experts, and the next thing they know, they're caught up in something that's not really working out to them, to their advantage in there. So that's kind of his point. He's not a big fan of that. So if you shift the blame on the bad decisions, you cannot grow and develop beyond the decisions you made that caused that loss. So even Einstein struggled with things. Life's best opportunities come out of struggle. So he's talking about, let's just say this. If you were to take Einstein and put him on the Cleveland Cavaliers, would they go to the NBA Finals? So Einstein might not have been the best basketball player out there, but LeBron might not have been the best physics guy, right? So you have to understand that you have your strengths and your weaknesses, and working towards those strengths and weaknesses is kind of the direction that you want to go with things, right? So you can accept your weaknesses, turn them into strengths, or you can find workarounds to your weaknesses. But the point is, don't deny that you have a weakness, right? So that's just some key points. This was just one of his chapters. Like I said, it's called Trading in the Zone. I highly recommend it. And so another thing that I've also spoke about here on Twitter, so being flexible and having the intuition to adjust on the fly is possibly the most underrated skill there is. Why get stuck in the mud and stay stuck in the mud when you can just adjust accordingly? Make wise adjustments as needed. So someone said to me, they said, explain please. So I used this example. I said, for example, if you step out of the house and it's raining and you are dressed for rain, but you can see blue skies and sun coming, instead of being overdressed, you can now dress for warm weather, because the market climate can also change. You should also adjust. So what I'm saying by that is, you ever been in that situation where you walked out of the house, it was cold in the morning, you wore a sweatshirt and some pants, and all of a sudden the sun comes out at 11 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're like, wow, I am sweating and this is hot and I'm overdressed. So you can either stay overdressed and sweaty and hot, or you can, dress down, put on your t-shirt, put on a pair of shorts. And that's what I'm saying, that so your comfortability can change dependent upon the climate, the market climate, the environment, all that. It goes hand in hand. So being able to adjust and realize you don't have to stay stuck. You can make that decision to, it's like, let's say you're on the side of the road, right? You can try to fix the tire yourself, or you can call AAA. But just standing there, there's going to be better decisions that you can make than just standing there on the side of the road, right? So making the right decision that allows you to adjust accordingly. So that's kind of what I was saying. And Danny Panetta, he said, I agree, following roadmaps is the way to go. Drawn out projects seem to lose value after a while. Okay. So there's some interesting comments. This was posted on AltcoinBuzz.io on Twitter. And I just wanted to make this video to kind of go over these points, because they're good reminders for all of us to hear. And if you guys have any other trading mindset principles that you'd like to share with the audience, please drop them in the comments. But it's really important that we all just have the right outlook and the forecasting to make the best decisions possible, realizing that the market's going to go up and down. If we just expect up, 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 or down, 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 that's irrational. That's not logical. So we have to have that correct mindset and approach. Anyways, guys, this is Jeff with Altcoin Buzz. If you're new here, you can subscribe and you can turn on that bell to get notified when videos like this drop. And we'll see y'all next time.